Hello, everybody, and I hope you're doing well in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic thing that we see going on around us. I just wanted to offer a few thoughts that have come to mind in light of it. You know, many of us are looking for answers. Those of us that are believers are hopefully searching the Word and turning to Jesus to try and understand His perspective on what's going on around here. There's a lot of scriptures that are out there, a lot of different scenarios, but one that's been coming to my mind kind of over and over is from Philippians. So I'm looking at the New King James Version here. Philippians chapter 1 verse 12. Paul, the apostle, is under house arrest, and he says, "But I want you to know, brethren, that these things which happened to me have actually turned out for the furtherance of the gospel." And you know, that's just been my perspective as I've seen so much of the news media and so much of what's happening around us, is that in Paul's case, he was seeing what was happening to him as a way to further the gospel. And I think there was a twofold aspect to that. Number one, he's able to continue to meet with the Lord in that, but then also he was used, and he used the time to be able to talk to people, and also to write this letter to us that we still have today. And I just think, you know, what an amazing opportunity to be able to see that what's happening isn't all gloom, it isn't all doom, and that we can press in, we can know the Lord, we can be using the time to seek Him in His Word, and we can share things with other people. You know, that may take different forms that it has in the past. Maybe that's texting somebody, maybe that's calling somebody, emailing, Facebook. There's all sorts of platforms now. So I just encourage people, you know, invest in the Lord yourself and continue to seek Him in His Word, and look for opportunities to be able to reach out to others and use this time as a way to further the gospel, because we do have good news despite what's happening, and it's a great way to look at a situation that's so difficult and find hope in it, that God is there, that He loves you, and that through this we don't have to be confused, we don't have to be fearful. And the main point, I love, Paul goes on later to say, verse 20, all these things, you know, ultimately, that Christ would be magnified in my body, whether by life or by death. For me to live as Christ and to die as gain. And his whole purpose was to know Jesus and to try and tell other people about Him. And this doesn't change any of that. So I think that's freeing. You know, we don't have to be so consumed with self-preservation. Instead, we can be looking for Christ's magnification. We don't have to be just trying to survive, but we can be knowing that to live as Christ. We don't have to be so fearful of what may come next. Even if we were to die, we have the hope of Jesus. And these are great things to keep in mind and take close to heart in light of what's going on, because there's so much out there that tells us otherwise. So hopefully that's encouraging to you, and I encourage you to just press in, take a deep dive into this book. You'll find some hope, and Lord bless you guys.